Leslie, those women were like the gold standard of basketball. So it's just so weird to me for her to just be hating. Like, there's no other way to describe it, as she's just like clearly hating on Caitlin Clark. So Stephen A. Smith called her out and she clapped back on Twitter and she said, "You talk about whomever and whatever you want on your podcast, correct? So why can't I? Also, did you listen to the entire episode? Nope. I have a personal relationship with these players and they deserve recognition as well." Then she doubled down and she said, "Do you talk about them or others in the league and give them their props? I really hope y'all take all of this energy to the polls and vote." What? Vote? On what? Like, it's so weird to then, I don't know. It's just, like, I'm speechless. If she wanted to kill the narrative that she's not hating on Caitlin Clark, she doesn't have any animosity towards her, she could literally just say that in a tweet. "I have no animosity toward Caitlin Clark. I think she's been playing great. However, there are so many other players in the WNBA that I think deserve recognition. So while a lot of the media is focusing on Caitlin Clark, I would also like to elevate all of these other players. No shade to Caitlin." Literally.
Just when we thought the drama around Sheryl Swoops was calming down, things took a surprising turn. Have you heard the latest bombshell in women's basketball?
From her podcast. Just last week on her podcast, her and her co-host were talking about the Indiana Fever post the Olympic break. And here's what she had to say about the Fever. "I think the Olympic break really helped Indiana. I'm going to shout out to Lexi Hall. I'm a big Lexi Hall fan. Lexi Hall shot the leather off the ball in their game against Seattle. Kelsey Mitchell is just stroking. She is just shooting the basketball. Aaliyah Boston, almost a triple-double. If Indiana continues to play the way they're playing like this, they too are going to move up in the standings." And that was it, you guys. That was all she had to say about Indiana. It doesn't even make any sense. Like, not even a nod to Caitlin Clark, not even saying like Caitlin Clark's playing well or Caitlin Clark's leading the team.
The world of women's basketball just got a whole lot more intense. Sheryl Swoops, a name synonymous with greatness in the WNBA, has been fired. This news has sent shockwaves through the sports community. Swoops, a celebrated Hall of Famer and three-time WNBA MVP, found herself in the midst of a storm following her comments about fellow player Caitlin Clark.
Entire video about this drama surrounding WNBA legend Sheryl Swoops and how she has been a certified Caitlin Clark hater.
Every bit of this content is crafted by just one person. If you're enjoying it, please consider subscribing and liking to support more videos like this. The reaction was swift and widespread. Fans and analysts alike are baffled by the turn of events. How did a respected figure like Swoops end up in this situation? Discussions are popping up everywhere, on social media, in sports forums, and between fans watching the game. Everyone seems to have an opinion on the matter.
A lot of people had been speculating if Sheryl Swoops was going to cover this game because up until now she has not been able to say anything nice about Caitlin Clark, nor has she been able to even speak her name. So for this specific game against the Fever, they replaced her with another WNBA legend.
This incident could mark a significant turn in how Sheryl Swoops is viewed in the sports world. Once hailed as the Michael Jordan of women's basketball, Swoops' recent actions have started to tarnish her once sterling reputation. The community is left wondering, what will this mean for her legacy? The dispute between Sheryl Swoops and Caitlin Clark has brought some deep-seated issues to light, impacting not just their personal careers, but the wider perception of the WNBA. Swoops, a celebrated figure in women's basketball, has been facing backlash for her critical comments on Clark, who has been making remarkable strides as a rookie.
Clark, let's get that out the way. Did you know that Caitlin Clark is also in the conversation for league MVP? Did you know? I tried to tell y'all. You understand what I'm saying? We got the babyface assassin in men's basketball with Steph Curry. They might say that about her before all is said and done, because she pulls up.
The backlash is not just from the public. Fellow professionals like Nancy Lieberman have also stepped into the fray, often siding with Clark. This division has sparked a broader debate on mentorship, professionalism, and the treatment of emerging talents in sports. In a show of Stephen A. Smith, Lieberman stated,
As you and I have discussed that, there was this quote by Sheryl that said, Caitlin was, 25 years old. She was, 24 years old. She was a fifth-year senior. Right. She was taking 40 shots a game. Her records were illegitimate. And I got off the treadmill and I called her as a friend. And I said, you can say whatever you want. You can have your own opinion about anybody, but you do have to get the statistics right.
Swoops herself has attempted to clarify her stance via social media, emphasizing that her criticisms were professional, not personal.
I asked, Because I sat up there and said, hey, how you going to ignore Caitlin Clark? You know what she brings to the table. How you just going to ignore her? That's not an accident. Sheryl Swoops is a champion. A champion. Look at her tweet and what she put up about me. You talk about whomever and whatever you want to on your podcast, correct? So why can't I? Also, did you listen to the entire episode? Nope. I have a personal relationship with these players, and they deserve recognition.
For Swoops, the ramifications of this controversy are significant. Once a revered athlete, her recent comments could potentially overshadow her previous accomplishments. The community and fans have expressed disappointment, noting that her achievements are now under a cloud due to her perceived negativity towards a rising star.
Players, and they deserve recognition as well. That ain't the point, Sheryl Swoops. Yes, I did listen to your entire podcast. You didn't mention Caitlin Clark. So I was right, number one. Number two, your personal relationship, what that got to do with your coverage? Ain't nobody said don't mention them. Ain't nobody said don't applaud them. Nobody told you to ignore them. What we're saying is if you're going to give the Indiana Fever all the credit in the world, how you going to mention the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark's name?
This controversy raises important questions about the environment within the WNBA and how veterans interact with newcomers. It highlights the need for a supportive culture that uplifts new talents instead of gatekeeping, which could deter the progress of the sport.
The Fever, they replaced her with another WNBA legend, Nancy Lieberman. The Fever came up with a big win that night. Caitlin Clark had 28 points, 5 3-pointers, 12 assists, and 4 rebounds. And Kelsey Mitchell also had an insane game, 36 points, 5 threes, also 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. This duo is the best backcourt in the WNBA.
The Fever won 193, overcoming a record-tying 9 3-pointers by Araike Ogunbowale of the Wings. Clark and Mitchell's efforts were crucial in securing the victory, with the team's performance helping them maintain playoff momentum.
So then after that, Sheryl Swoops engages in levels of immaturity. There's no way to slice it. I'm not going to insult this champion, this great basketball mind, this phenomenally accomplished Hall of Famer. I'm not going to insult her. All I'm going to say is it was pretty damn immature to come back at me like that. Called me an effing coward.
Caitlin Clark's debut season in the WNBA has been nothing short of historic. Earning accolades such as the Rookie of the Year, Clark has set numerous records, making a significant impact on the league and her team, the Indiana Fever. She's shattered rookie records for the most 3-pointers and assists, even securing a rare rookie triple-double, showcasing her versatility and skill. Her remarkable ability to score and assist has placed her in discussions among the greatest rookie seasons ever seen in the WNBA.
What's happened. And she's played incredibly well. They've played incredibly well. And I know we want to make this the Rookie of the Year debate. Angel Reese is a wonderful player. She just had 20 rebounds. She's a double-double, guaranteed. Absolutely. But anybody who tries to sell you on this is selling you on something to get clicks. That's all this is. Caitlin Clark, what she's done is
Clark's exceptional passing skills have set her apart as one of the best rookie passers the league has ever witnessed. Her knack for making daring and precise passes has led to some spectacular plays on the court, contributing to her breaking the season record for assists. Additionally, her scoring efficiency remains impressive, underscoring her role not just as a scorer, but as a playmaker.
With over 500,000 fans over their first 33 games this season. Some have compared Caitlin Clark to Tiger Woods and how she's revolutionized fan engagement in women's basketball. Overall attendance, in case you missed it, is up by 20%, breaking TV viewership ratings and merchant.
The controversy involving Sheryl Swoops and Caitlin Clark has stirred significant discussions around mentorship and legacy in the WNBA. It highlights a pivotal moment in sports culture where the interaction between veterans and newcomers is scrutinized under the public eye. This feud has not only affected Swoops' legacy, but has also sparked a broader conversation about the treatment of emerging talents in professional leagues.
I've known Kennedy since she was in high school here in Dallas. I think she's a hell of a player,
right, and
should have been on the All-Star team.
She is.
But my comment about hitting her wasn't about her. But we had this conversation, which we apparently cannot have with me and Sheryl Swoops. And I still think she was incorrect about what she did. And, you know, we all have to be professional. Right? You cover people, right? You and Durant have kind of gone at it in and out for a little bit, but you still do highlights to talk about.
The issue has led to various sports figures weighing in, with some defending Clark's achievements against Swoops' criticisms.
I am. And that's my era. And so, to her point, Teresa Weatherspoon called me, my dear friend who I love, respect, and admire. She said, Nancy, I was disappointed what you said. And we had a conversation. And I said, Spoon, I didn't say she should punch Kennedy Carter in her face. I said, this is what I would do if I were blind.
This ongoing debate underscores the need for a supportive environment that nurtures rather than undermines the confidence of new players. The impact is profound, extending beyond individual careers to influence the league's image, potentially affecting its fan base and future player relations.
I'm just saying between these two. Angel Reese is a wonderful player, but she does not compare to what and who Caitlin Clark is when she's on the basketball floor. Plain and simple.
The WNBA has been at the forefront of promoting inclusivity and supporting its rookies as they transition from collegiate to professional athletes. With the induction of standout players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, the league has intensified its efforts to leverage their star power to enhance visibility and growth for women's basketball.
China, not Serbia, not Puerto Rico. No. Oh, no. Team USA draws the lowest attendance. How's it feel?
A notable strategy employed by the WNBA involves a direct investment in marketing these new talents, recognizing their potential to draw viewership from their college fan bases. This approach was evident when the WNBA capitalized on the high-profile NCAA Women's Basketball Championship, which attracted nearly 10 million viewers. The league used this platform to launch television ad campaigns during the NCAA tournament, aiming to retain the audience's interest as they transition to professional games. This move is part of a broader effort to enhance the league's cultural relevance and ensure a smoother transition for rookies into the professional arena.
And just to engage in patriotism, people are over there also to build their brands, to elevate their profile so they can turn that into a marketable tool that could generate.
Despite these efforts, rookies face significant challenges adapting to the professional level, a transition marked by the quick pace and increased physicality of the WNBA compared to college basketball. This adjustment is crucial and demands a high level of maturity and self-management from the rookies, as they no longer have the structured support system of their collegiate teams. The WNBA recognizes these challenges and is actively working to provide rookies with the necessary tools and guidance to succeed through various programs and initiatives. In a recent interview on the Bill Simmons podcast, Charles Barkley didn't hold back when addressing the negativity surrounding WNBA star Caitlin Clark. He criticized veteran players in the WNBA for their petty jealousy toward Clark.
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan,
it's been a good season.
They cannot have fucked this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they women have done. This girl is incredible. What she did in college for women's basketball, what she's doing in the WNBA.
She turned the Fever. We're 1-8. They have a.
Additionally, the WNBA continues to lead the fight for equality in women's sports. Recent actions include a groundbreaking collective bargaining agreement, which set new standards for player salaries, benefits, and conditions, particularly focusing on maternity benefits. These steps are vital in not just supporting the players' careers, but also in setting precedents for how women athletes are treated and valued in sports.
$1 million salary before sponsorship deals.
The comparisons to men's leagues are always tough for a league that's only 28 years old. The NBA is 78 years old. We've got players making significant endorsements who had 0 endorsements back in 2019 when I joined this league. They wouldn't have any of those opportunities.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that the events surrounding Sheryl Swoops and Caitlin Clark have sparked a significant conversation about mentorship, legacy, and the pressures facing new talents in the WNBA. These events have not only highlighted the challenges faced by rookies, but also showcased the league's ongoing commitment to inclusivity and support for its players. The WNBA's proactive approach, from leveraging the star power of new players to instituting progressive policies through their collective bargaining agreement, demonstrates a strong commitment to nurturing talent and ensuring a supportive environment. These steps are crucial for the league's growth and for the empowerment of women in sports. However, the controversy also reminds us that there is still work to be done. It's important for sports communities to continue fostering environments where legends and newcomers can thrive together, contributing to a richer, more inclusive sports culture. We hope this breakdown has provided you with insights into the dynamic world of women's basketball. Your thoughts and opinions are valuable to us. What do you think about the measures the WNBA is taking? How can they further improve the transition for rookies? Thank you for staying till the end. Every part of this video is made by just one person, so your subscription and like would truly help keep this passion alive.